Right, I'm Alastair Campbell, and welcome to another Living Better in Lockdown interview ahead of publication of my book on depression in September. It should have been May, but one of the many consequences of COVID. And I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by actor David Harewood, but also fellow BBC filmmaker. We were part of the same series, and also fellow mental health campaigner. So David, my first question, how are you?
I'm well. It's a struggle. It's a struggle for all of us. I think lockdown has really kind of hit us all with just how we keep on the straight and narrow, how we keep ourselves positive, how we keep ourselves motivated and kind of up. It's a struggle, and I've had my down days too. It's been a battle. It's been a battle.
Has there been anything good in it for you?
Yes, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna shy away from the fact that last year doing my documentary, I think was probably a lot tougher than I had given credit for. I think I found it really difficult, exhausted, Alastair, just mentally and emotionally exhausted. And it took me a good 4 months to recover. So when I came back here, just before lockdown, I was getting a lot of calls about, can you come and do this? And can you come and do that? Just something in my head was saying, just say no, just say no. And thankfully, lockdown happened, which meant I had to say no. And I've really benefited from resting. I've really benefited from mentally and physically benefited from not having the exterior world say, Dave, can you come and do this? Or Dave, can you come and do that? I've really benefited from that. And I've been taking walks in the morning. I have my lovely dog, and I take my dog for a walk in the morning. I don't take my phone. I don't look at social media in the morning. I've just really put things in place that reduce the stress on my mental capacity, reduce the stress on my mind, on my self, my center.
I think you've learned anything in the experience that you could apply to somebody who doesn't have the luxuries that, say, you might have or I might have, in terms of not having to worry too much about money? And what have you learned that you can actually say to the pre-Homeland David Harewood and people who might be struggling now, that you actually think you could apply from what you've experienced in lockdown to their lives?
That's a really important question, and it's.
Oh God, you sound like one of those government ministers at a briefing now. That's a really good question.
No, but I would guard against. I would guard against taking too much in. We're drowning in opinions right now on social media, on television. We've become a culture that sort of feeds off opinions. Rather than policy and having a strong leadership. We're all chipping in, and it's a really bizarre, leaderless place that we sort of exist in right now. So if I possibly could, I would guard against particularly social media. Be careful what you take in. Be careful what you if you can, and I say, I say I go for a walk every morning. I don't take my phone. I've learned to use Do Not Disturb on my phone. Just turn it off. Just try and find a place of peace. That is free from worry. And I know that is really difficult. But even if it's just taking the dog for a walk, or going for a walk, or going for a run with your music on, try and find that place of peace which is free from stress. And it can be a 10-minute walk in the garden, or it can be just a walk around the block, or a walk in the park. Find that place which is an island for you, where you can try and decouple from stress and from worry. And I'm not saying it's easy, but it might just be stop looking at social media.
What's been amazing is you're all just three people, so different in your reactions to what's happened. Amazing.
Yeah, well, we're all different, aren't we? That's it is probably the first time that everybody is dealing with such a single issue
Yeah.
that has ramifications literally globally.
Yeah.
And it's extraordinary. And we'll all deal with it in our own different ways, I suppose.